Okay, the first step was to find the location of 1. So we know that location of 1 is always the middle row and the last column. So I will fix it. So let me put I is equal to n by 2. N is the number of elements, and j is equal to n minus 1. So this was the algorithm. You can guess what these are. These are saying the local variable I and j are not have been defined but never been used. So as soon as I use, these warnings will go away. So I will not care much about these warnings. Okay. I will create a variable named num, which I will initialize to n plus n, so that I can use it again. I do not have to calculate it every time. I'll take count variable, initialize to 1. Count variable is my elements. So as soon as I put elements, I will increment the count variable so that I can put the next element. So first I have to put 1, then as soon as I put 1, I will increment the count to 2 so that I can put count again to some location. Okay, now I need to follow some condition multiple times. Multiple times means what? Until and unless I do not exhaust all the elements, all the possibilities of this matrix, which for example for 3 cross 3 it is 9. So it means that I have to check the condition for 9 times, exactly 9 times. So I will write a loop while this count is less than equal to so what this is mean, until and unless I have put all my elements into their location, my count will not go to. So for example 3 cross 3, the count, if count becomes more than 9, that is 10, I have to stop here because I put all my elements to their respective locations. So I don't have to follow the conditions again. So that's what this is the condition which I'm going to follow for the while loop. Now let's see this. As I told you, the algorithm, that this whenever I find a position, the position of 1 is fixed. Okay, whenever I find a position, I have to check 2 things. First is if row is exceeding, row is becoming -1, then I have to make it 0 or sorry n-1, and if column is becoming n, then I have to make it 0. But before that, the important thing is if row is becoming -1 and this is OR, that's the difference between and OR, and column becomes n, then I have to switch to 0 comma n-2. This is very important because this is an AND condition, so it should come first. So I will write this. So I will write if I becomes -1, which is I is row, and j becomes n, then what is this? I have to follow. Let me write it here. Condition 3, condition 4, I suppose. I don't know. Condition 4. Yeah. Okay. So what's the condition? So I have to make j is equal to n-2. This was I was doing it. Column was becoming n-2 and row was becoming n-1. So j becomes n-2. Yeah, and row becomes 0. Sorry, row becomes, so I becomes 0. I think this is correct. Okay. Else, if AND condition is not followed, it means either this is happening or this is happening. Let's see. If j is becoming n, which is column is exceeding. So let me write this. Column value is exceeding. Okay. If this is happening, then what you have to do is, if column position becomes n, and make it 0. Okay. So I'll make j is equal to 0. Or now this is a or condition, so I don't have to write else here, because I have to check both things. For any one of this, if after checking this, I will check this also, not only this or this. I becomes less than 0, then I is equal to n minus 1. Which means what this condition is, what means row is becoming minus 1. Great. Now these conditions are over. Now what else? One more condition was there. If I calculate the location, but that location already contains some element, then I have to do something. So for that I have to check if my magic square, I don't know why I find difficulty writing magic square. Okay, if magic square location, which is I comma j, is not equal to 0, if it is something else than 0, it means it already has something. Okay, then I have to put j is equal to, let me check the condition, what was it? If the calculated position already contains a number, then decrement the column by 2, increment the row by 1. So we will decrement the column by 2, so j minus 2, and I is equal to I plus 1. And after this, it might happen that after calculating, after doing this, the some of these conditions might follow, that either this is happening, that is row is exceeding and column is also, row is going to minus 1 and column is exceeding, or only column is exceeding, only row is exceeding. So I have to check that. For that I have to go back to the loop. Now see this, in all this condition I did nothing with the count value. So count value is not incremented. So if anything is happening with this, I will check the condition, but the count value will not increase. So I can do this as many times as I can. So for that, so I need to check these conditions again. So for that I will just write continue. What does this mean? That after doing this, it will skip all the rest of these things which is inside the loop and go back to the while loop and do the things again. Since the count value is not incremented yet, so it means that I am doing everything again without any condition fail. Great. So this is done. I've checked it. Else, with this means what? If it doesn't contain any value, it means that it is empty. It means it contains 0. I can safely put my element for which I am calculating the position. So for that I'll write magic square. Yes, I wrote it. Yes. I comma j is equal to count value, because count is my value, and I'll put count plus is equal to 1, which means count is equal to count plus 1. I will increment the count value, which is my next element. This is done. Everything is done. Now whenever I put an element to its location, I have to switch to the second element, and I have to follow that PQ wala thing. So for now, whatever location I calculated for this element, I'll take it as P and Q, and I'll follow the P minus 1 and Q plus 1. So P minus 1 means I becomes I minus 1 and J becomes J plus 1. This is it. So this was what we write it here. Condition 1, first condition. Great, we are done with this. This is over. Let me print the elements. You know how to print the elements. I'll copy this. Just print. Awesome. This is done. I will call this function here. The function is magic square. Let's say 343. Let me check. Let me run this. Okay. I'm getting an error here. Type error, list indices must be integers or slices, not float. Where it I'm getting ij. Okay. Let's see this. Here I've written I is equal to n by 2. What did I put as n? 3 by 2. It is 1.5. And what I'm doing, I'm using this as indices of my matrix. So 1.5 doesn't mean anything in list. It should be exactly integer. For that, we can use the integer division, that is 3, 2 division sign into comes exactly 1. So I'll put 2 division signs here. That's it. Let's see this. Ta-da! Box. Let me print one more thing here so that I get the value. Print the sum of each row slash column slash diagonal is, what is it? I'll put plus here, str of n cross, sorry, n into, I need to take the square. So for square, my operator is 2 star 2 and n plus 1 plus 1 and divide by 2. Run this. It is not an object. Let me try here. M is equal to 3 into 3 to this one. What did I write? Okay, I think you understood what mistake I see. I didn't put any multiplication sign here, which is a sin. Let's run this. The sum of zeros. What did I do? Oh my god. Sorry. Should run now. Please, God. Awesome. I'm getting my magic square and my sum. Let me try this for 7. 7. Let's see this. Awesome. This is exactly the magic square. You can check it, and the sum is 175. Let me try this for 5. Run this. Great. So this works. So this was the magic square program. You can try some other algorithm if you find some pattern. This is some basic algorithm which I found on Wikipedia. You can check it. Please make sure whenever you find any difficulty, like sometimes it happens that you're writing a code but you miss something and then you don't understand what wrong you have done. This is very simple code, very few lines, only 60 lines are there around. So finding mistake here is not very difficult, but if you have 1,000 lines of code, it would be a mess and it would be very difficult for you to find any bug there. So it's better you can always search for the problem. For example, this I can search and I can try this here. So it will redirect me to the Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is the best website to find answers to your problem. Most of your problems will be answered here, and even if some of the problems are not answered, you can ask it and you can easily get answer here in very less time. It works like a charm. So please make use of it. And we are done with the magic square. You can do this program in many ways. This is one of the way. Please try finding other ways also. You can even use some other paradigm. For example, you can use recursion to make this to create this program. So thank you everyone. Please post your queries and other things on the discussion forum.